What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and people have been asking me, how do I feel about the Free Britney movement? And I'll be honest with you all, folks, that for me is a very complicated question with an even more complicated answer. For one, right off the bat, I don't trust any of these modern day movements. I don't trust any of the modern day movements in our society, and I damn sure don't trust any of the modern day movements in America. Because for the most part, they all start off with people who have good intentions, and a just cause. But before you know it, these movements, at least here in our country, are always hijacked by more powerful, rich people who use these movements for their own agenda. It's happened time and time again in recent history right here in America. The Me Too movement is a perfect example. The Me Too movement started for perfectly valid reasons. It started to raise awareness about people who have had horrible things done to them. The Me Too movement started so we could make the world a better place for people who have just had terrible things done to them. But before you know it, the Me Too movement was hijacked by these powerful people in Hollywood and the powers that be. The Me Too movement was converted into nothing more than an angry mob that rich elites would use to take down other rich elites that stood in their way. Johnny Depp and his situation was a perfect example of that. So right off the bat, I don't trust any movement. And it doesn't have to do with the people who are in the movement. Rather, it has to do with the people who are really controlling things and pulling the strings behind the scenes. I want you all to understand here, I've said it 1,000 times, let me say it again. I have no issue with individuals in the Free Britney movement. I have no issue with you watching this video right now. There have been tons of people who are in the Free Britney movement who have reached out to me. Tons of them are watching my videos. I think you all are great. Some of us have conversations on social media every day. You all are great people. I have no problem with y'all. I think that I'll go so far as to say that the majority of the Free Britney movement consists of people who were actually concerned about Britney's well-being. And all they want is the best for Britney. Some of them agree with me and some of them disagree with me. But for the most part, the Free Britney movement consists of good people. However, there is a portion of this Free Britney movement that's just extremely toxic. I mean, when we get to the point that people are sending me hate mail and death threats all because I'm concerned about Britney's mental health, I think I think it's fair to say that that's toxic, correct? And there's also a huge portion of this Free Britney movement, some of them are good people, some of them are bad, who are yes queeners, who just believe that Britney's farts smell like a bed of roses. Britney could do no wrong. And their opinions on Britney's situation will change in order to fit whatever narrative they're running with at the time. Which is why I said in one of my past videos that the Free Britney movement has become nothing more than a walking, talking contradiction of itself. Now, people wanted me to elaborate about what I meant by that. So here is what I mean by that. When I say that the Free Britney movement has turned into nothing more than a walking contradiction of itself, this is what I mean. Now, listen, I could do a deep dive and I could be nitpicky and I could point out every single scenario and situation in which the Free Britney movement contradicted itself, but that's not what I'm looking here to do here today, because that video would be like 12 hours long. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to lay out some of the biggest, most obvious reasons as to why I believe the Free Britney movement is a walking, talking contradiction of itself. So let's begin. Number one, the Free Britney movement, as far as I understand, it was started by a bunch of Britney fans who were growing concerned over what Britney was going through in her conservatorship. Now, these fans, over time, they formed together and they put forth an effort to alert the general public that there was this huge conspiracy going on with Britney. And make no mistake about it, at the time, it was viewed as a huge conspiracy. Like the average person who had no idea what was going on, they were looking at the situation like it was crazy. What do you mean Britney can't leave the house? What do you mean Britney's forced to take these medications? What do you mean they're drawing blood from Britney and, turning her into a modern day slave to just make them money, and they're taking all of her money from her? It was a huge conspiracy at the time. But as I know, and as a lot of you all know who watch my channel, those of us with common sense, we know that the only difference between the truth and a conspiracy theory is about give or take 6 months. So the conspiracy that Britney was being controlled, it turned out that that conspiracy wasn't a conspiracy at all. It was the truth. However, the same exact people who ran with this conspiracy that Britney isn't okay are these same exact people now who are crushing anyone who says that maybe Britney isn't okay. And if that isn't a contradiction of itself, then I don't know what is. The same people who were wrongly labeled as conspiracy theorists for years, for months, for believing that Britney weren't free, are now labeling other people conspiracy theorists for believing that there's something still going on with Britney. I mean, this portion of the Free Britney movement is going just as hard to squash out any voice that shows concern for Britney as they did a few months ago trying to get Britney's freedom. And that is a contradiction in itself. How can these people who brought this conspiracy to the world that Britney wasn't free sit here and tell us now that we're conspiracy theorists for believing that maybe she still isn't free? Or at the very least, believing that there's still something wrong with this situation. You understand what I'm saying here? That in itself is a huge, huge contradiction. And I find it kind of, it's very disappointing, in my opinion, that a lot of these same prominent voices were out here for months, for years, trying to convince the world that there was something wrong. And now these same people are going out of their way every day trying to convince the world that there is nothing wrong, even though you can see with your own 2 eyes that something isn't right about this situation. So that right there was one of the first contradictions that stuck out to me. But let's take it a step further. Number 2. During the Free Britney movement, a lot of people would reference Britney's activities on Instagram and use that as an example as to how she isn't free. They would use Britney Spears' posts as evidence that she wasn't free. And now they are using these same posts and saying this is proof that she is free. Here's what I mean by that. As we all know, if you've been following this situation long enough, Britney Spears often posts old photos, old videos, from months and years ago. So, some of these same exact posts, and I mean this literally, some of these same videos that you see of Britney's twirling around in circles, and you see these people saying, oh my God, this is great. Yes, Queen, keep dancing. Some of those videos are the same exact videos that these people were pointing to, trying to alert the world that Britney wasn't free a couple of years ago. For those of you all who don't understand what I just said, because for some reason, listen, I know most of you all are always right there with me, but some people seem to just not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. So let me say that one more time for the people in the back. Please, bear with me. Back during this whole Free Britney movement, the Free Britney movement and a lot of the prominent voices in the Free Britney movement, they would show these weird videos of Britney. They would show Britney's Instagram profile and how some of her messages just seemed really weird and cryptic, and they were all over the place. And they would say, hey, look, this is proof that Britney's being drugged against her will. Hey, look, everyone, Britney's always in her living room twirling around. This is proof that Britney isn't free. And now that Britney is supposedly free, they're acting like these videos, these same exact videos, are proof that she's doing what she wants, and they're great. And it's gotten so bad that I've looked, and some of these videos are the exact same videos. And like I said, I mean that literally. Britney posted a video of her twirling around in circles a while back while under the conservatorship, and these same voices who are yes queening her now used that video as an example that there was something wrong with Britney. Fast forward to today, Britney Spears just reposted that same exact video, the same exact video from a while back. And these people are yes queening it, acting like it's awesome. The most, the craziest, most awesome thing they've ever seen in their life. And I'm just like, what in the hell? These people are a walking, talking contradiction, literally. Some of these videos, and I have to keep saying it because it's so just far out there and crazy to me, that some of these videos, they're literally old videos. Some of these photos and videos on Britney's Instagram profile, they are old photos and videos from when Britney was in a conservatorship. Most of which she already posted back then. Most of which these same people who are trying to convince you there's nothing wrong with Britney now, they used these same photos and videos to prove to the world that there was something wrong with Britney to begin with. That's mind-boggling to me. It's mind-blowing that these people could literally sit here and do this. And I don't know if they're just too blinded by their, fandom of Britney, or if they're just being kind of, I don't want to put any labels on anyone, but it's very misleading, to say the least. And it's downright really weird. It's really weird how these people could say, hey, look, these videos prove that Britney isn't free. And then 6 months later, you share the same exact videos and you act like it's great. So like I said, once again, that is another contradiction. That is solid proof that these people are a walking, talking contradiction of themselves. The same evidence that they used 6 months ago to prove that Britney isn't free is the same exact stuff that Britney's doing now, but now they act like it's okay and there's nothing wrong with it. So let's take another step. Number 3 here. During the conservatorship, when all of this free Britney stuff started, the narrative was that Britney was being overworked and over-sexualized. At one point, Britney even stated herself that she was tired of being over-sexualized by the music industry and by Hollywood. She stated herself on several occasions that she wanted to go back to a more simpler time, that she wanted to start portraying herself in a less sexual light. Like she wanted to be more innocent. She wanted to make songs and videos with one outfit that didn't bear all, right? She was tired of being over-sexualized. So when the Free Britney movement started and you started hearing all of these rumblings about the Free Britney movement, one of the main things they would point to is that, man, these people have, taken advantage of Britney. They've taken advantage of her body. They've over-sexualized this woman ever since she was a little girl on the Disney Channel. And I agree, they did. They did. And I can't imagine not being able to have a childhood. And by the time you're 17, you're like an international sex symbol. That's weird, okay? I understand that none of us can fathom living in that reality. But I agree with the Free Britney movement, at least I agreed with them back then, that Britney was being over-sexualized, especially when Britney was doing her interviews saying that she was tired of it, that she was tired of this music industry and the people in control of her career making her make these decisions that she didn't want to make. She talked about how she was a mother now and she wanted to carry herself better, correct? All right. And just to let you know, go Google search it. There's always evidence to back up what I say. There's not evidence to back up what these people say, but there's always stuff to back up what I say. So yeah, she was all out in the tabloids and in the mainstream media saying that she's been over-sexualized, she's tired of it, she's ready for a new image. Flash forward to right when the conservatorship ended. What was the first thing that Britney did? Britney went ahead and started posting nude photos on Instagram. The same woman that just a month or two before her conservatorship ended was pointing towards the fact that she was over-sexualized, and that was one of the reasons she wanted her conservatorship to end, was now over-sexualizing herself on her own Instagram profile. Now, was Britney posting these photos? We still don't know. But let me go ahead and back to the story. So after the Free Britney movement, rumbling for months on end that Britney was over-sexualized and tired of showing her body, after Britney saying those exact words herself, the first thing Britney did when she was free, supposedly, was start bearing all on Instagram. And then, like the walking and talking contradictions that they are, these same people who stressed to the world that Britney was over-sexualized were now saying, oh, this is great. This is great that Britney's showing her tits on Instagram. This is great. Britney's taking control of her own sexuality. This is women empowerment. This is what Britney always wanted. What? Last time I checked, in one of her last interviews, Britney talked about how she was tired of being over-sexualized. So why, on God's earth, would this woman, after one of the most important court dates of her life, let's say she's free, I don't believe it, but she's supposedly free, why would her first move to be uploading naked photos? And it's over and over again. It's been months now. We're still seeing naked photos of Britney every single week. New naked posts of Britney. And these people are yes queening it, and they're attacking anyone who's concerned. Now, why wouldn't we be concerned? If Britney herself, one of the last times we actually heard Britney talk or her give an interview, she was saying that she was tired of this, then why shouldn't we be concerned when we see these very odd, disturbing looking nudes always posted on her Instagram account? And these same people who told you for months that, hey, come join the Free Britney movement. She's not free. She's being over-sexualized. They're showing her body when she doesn't want them to. And now they're like, yeah, Britney always wanted to share her body with 48 million people on Instagram. There's nothing wrong with this. Walking, talking, contradictions. These people have literally no brain or no mind. They sway with the wind, whatever fits their narrative at the time. It's totally contradicting everything they were just saying a few months ago. And the hard part for me is sitting back and I'm watching all of you all, like literally most of you all watching this video, I'm watching you all be, for lack of better words, like gaslit in real time. I'm watching y'all be manipulated in real time, and it's working on some of y'all, and some of y'all are smart enough to know that this is all bogus. But y'all are being manipulated by these people in real time. The same people who made you or influenced you to join this Free Britney movement because Britney was over-sexualized are now trying to make you believe that all of these weird-looking nudes that Britney posts are okay, and that it's totally Britney's idea to do it. It doesn't make sense. Maybe Britney wants to do this, but if she does, then that's a contradiction directly of what she was stating right before the conservatorship ended. And you're not going to sit here. We're all grown. That's the weird part. We're not teenagers. We're not middle school girls. When I look around, I see a lot of people covering and handling this Britney situation like they are a group of middle school girls. We are all adults. Most of you all watching this video are older than me. We should all know better by now that this isn't right, that something is wrong here. Yet these people want to gaslight you into believing that everything is okay, even though they were pointing towards the same behavior 6 months ago and saying, hey, this is evidence that she's not okay. Walking, talking, contradictions. Why would Britney be all over the place naked when one of the main reasons she finally wanted to get in control of her life is because she wanted to change her image? She literally talked about changing her image and wanting to be more simple, to be wearing more clothes, to not have to have sexual scenes all in her videos because she's a mother now and she's 40, she's growing older. It makes no sense. But these people will play mental gymnastics with you. These people are playing mental gymnastics with a lot of you all. And it's a sad sight to see. It is a very sad sight to see. It's a very sad sight to see. But once again, that's just another one of their contradictions. Should I go a little bit further? What the hell? I'll go a little bit further. The latest contradiction has now exposed itself this week. You see, Britney, just like she was talking about how she was over-sexualized and she wanted to change her image, She was also stating right before the conservatorship ended, and as recently as just a couple of months ago, that she wanted to take a break from making music and performing. Britney made it clear, even to the courts, when she was supposedly freed, that she wanted to take a break. She even said on a couple occasions that she wanted to retire. That, she devoted most of her life to this. Her family ruined her life with this conservatorship, and now she just wants to live out her life. I believe that Britney deserves that. But that's what Britney was just saying not too long ago. Several times before the conservatorship ended, Britney said she was taking a break. Several times after the conservatorship ended, Britney said she was taking a break. Recently, just a couple of months ago, while Britney was acting like she was pregnant, I don't believe she was pregnant. You can go watch my video on that. While Britney was saying she was pregnant, she said that she is going to take 10 years off from making music. Now, like 2 days or a few days before Lou Taylor is set to appear in court with all of this Britney drama going on, they released the news that Britney is releasing new music. Now, during this entire time, I've been in the comment sections of Britney's posts. I've been doing a little looking around. And the narrative from the Free Britney movement was that Britney did not want to make music, that Britney didn't want to do any of those things anymore, that Britney was living her life. Everyone would always question, hey, when is there going to be new music? Why isn't Britney doing this? Why isn't Britney doing that? Why is Britney always acting crazy on Instagram instead of, making a new album, putting out a new single? And Britney's fans, or the Free Britney people, would attack you for saying that. They would attack you and talk about how Britney didn't want to make any new music, and Britney didn't want to do any new videos, and Britney was just ready to live her best life and do what she wanted, right? They were literally just saying that about Britney 4 or 5 days ago. 4 or 5 days ago. Now, their opinions have shifted because the narrative around Britney has once again shifted. Now it's, oh, look, Britney's got new music. I told you so. I told you Britney's free. I told you Britney's okay. Look, yay, new music. I thought you all were just happy that Britney was taking time off from music and you were attacking anyone who wanted new music. Now you hear there's new music. Now all of a sudden it's, oh my God, yes, Britney's making new music. But if you're a real Britney fan and if you're part of the Free Britney movement, then you should know better than anyone that Britney stated, almost 100 times at this point, that she's taking a break. So what changed? What changed in the course of a week or so to make Britney all of a sudden decide, oh, I'm coming back to music? Was it because people are starting to catch on? I'm sorry, you can call me whatever you want. Maybe this is a conspiracy theory, whatever. I find it extremely odd that this whole entire time, everyone was ignoring her behavior. You could go to all the comments on her post and everyone was acting oblivious to the fact that she was definitely acting off. And there was weird things going on her Instagram account. Literally, within the last couple of weeks, people have finally now started coming around. Maybe some of them have watched my videos. For the most part, I think people were finally getting fed up. I think there were a few straws there over the past couple of weeks that broke the camel's back, and people finally had to step up and realize, yeah, something's going on here. And just as the public is coming around to realizing that there's something weird going on with Britney, now all of a sudden, hey, let's give them a new song. Let's give them this new song. And Britney's fans are acting like this is proof that Britney's okay. You don't have to be mentally okay to make music. Britney was making music throughout her conservatorship. Britney was making music as she was breaking down before the conservatorship. Her having a song, her having a remake of a song from 1971 does not mean that Britney is okay. Britney was forced to record music throughout the conservatorship. Britney was made to do dances and perform in Vegas and all over the place during the conservatorship. Correct me if I'm wrong, was Britney not on national television during the conservatorship? So how in the hell does this mean that Britney's free? It doesn't. It's all, like I said, it's all just a walking and talking contradiction. This is too easy. And, the funny part is that these people, none of them have any proof or evidence to show that Britney's free or that Britney's okay. None of them. If they do, show me. And while I'm on the topic of show me, listen, I am well aware that there are other YouTubers and Instagrammers out there who aren't happy about what I'm saying about Britney. Some of them are saying things about me directly, some of them indirectly. I don't bother myself with that noise or nonsense. I'm not here for YouTube drama, okay? I know that I am solid in my stance. And a lot of these other people, they're swaying with the wind, okay? They can't provide anything to show you all that Britney's okay or she's free. When I come to you all with my thoughts and theories, I show you concrete proof of why I feel this way. Most of it is contained right on Britney's Instagram account. So when I come and I say, I feel like this may be going on with Britney, I'll show you the evidence as to why. And I've been firm in my stance all along that I don't know exactly what's happening here, but there is something happening here. Now, the people who feel otherwise, where's their evidence that Britney's okay? Other than, hey, leave Britney alone. Britney's living her life. Let her live her best life. Britney's doing what she wants. That's all they have, folks. Honestly, provide one person who has a valid explanation as to what's going down. Please, I would love to see it. All I'm seeing people do is, yes, Queen, this is so awesome. Leave Britney alone. Don't say anything about her. None of them have a solid stance on this situation. None of them could look you right in your eyes like I'm doing right now. If you were in front of my face, I could look you dead in your soul and tell you how I feel. I wouldn't waver in my stance because I'm solid and I know that I am on the side of the truth. These people have no idea what they're talking about. These are the same people who just told you and just showed you some of the same videos I've been showing you. They showed you these same videos 6 months ago and said, hey, look, everyone, Britney's not free. We need to start the Free Britney movement to free her. And now that time has passed, none of these people seem to care about Britney anymore. Now that I'm raising my concerns, all of a sudden, oh, these videos aren't proof that Britney isn't okay. I'm using the same videos y'all used 6 months ago, a year ago. So yeah, like I said, I'm aware people are talking. I don't care. None of them have a solid stance on this situation. I haven't seen a single person provide any evidence to show that Britney's free. And I don't care about the court documents. I've told you all before. I didn't dive into this story wanting to get involved with all of the drama that's going on in court with Britney because, in my opinion, it's all theater. And I'll make a different video elaborating on how I feel about that. But as far as this video goes, I think I've laid out plenty of points to show you all that the Free Britney movement have turned into a walking contradiction of themselves. From the beginning of this video, like I said, I've used some of the same evidence to prove that she's not okay that they were using, but now all of a sudden this evidence proves that she is okay. That doesn't make sense. That all of a sudden these people are acting like her behavior is normal when they pointed towards this behavior to begin with to alert the world that there was something wrong with Britney. And then as far as the naked post goes, I am not here caring because Britney gets naked. I'm caring because the photos don't look like they were something that she wanted to post. She looks sad. Sometimes she looks downright bruised and beat up. And they look like human trafficking photos. But Britney and the Free Britney movement were stressing right before she got free that they were tired of Britney being over-sexualized. They were tired of these people taking advantage of Britney's body. And then as soon as she's free and all we see is naked posts, now all of a sudden, oh, no one's taking advantage of Britney's body anymore. Now this is cool. Even though Britney stated herself that she did not want to be viewed this way. That's another contradiction. And then we go to the contradiction about the new music. I mean, like I said, folks, I can go all day long because there's so many points and so many situations with this Britney stuff where I could point out, hey, they contradicted themselves here, they contradicted themselves there, they contradicted themselves there. It's nothing more than nonstop contradictions of everything they were just trying to tell us and preach to us 6 or 7 months ago before Britney was so-called freed from this conservatorship. And to be completely honest with you folks, I'm not trying to be mean or rude here, but I find it downright disgusting and absolutely idiotic that some of these Free Britney people are using this new song of hers and they're trying to pretend like it's evidence that she's okay. They're using this news about Britney making the song with Elton John, and they're using it to manipulate Britney's fans and to make them turn a blind eye towards everything else that's going on. It's like, hey, everyone, ignore the red flags. Ignore the fact that she's very obviously having a mental breakdown online. Guess what? She's got a new song with Elton John. She's got a big comeback. It just so happens that for some reason, Britney's comeback is a remake of a 50-year-old song in which she performs a duet with a 75-year-old man. I'm sorry, I have to be brutally honest here. That ain't it, folks. That is not it. That is not hip. That is not cool. But hey, it is what it is. But I find it disgusting because these people know better than me. They know better than you. That Britney herself was just stating that she didn't want to do this anymore. And instead of questioning, hey, what's going on here? They're just like, yes, Queen, new music. Hey, everyone, you are wrong about Britney. There's new music. That goes to show you all, use your brain. That goes to show you all that for some of these people, it was never about Britney's health. It was never about Britney's well-being. A lot of these people had their own motives as to why they were in the Free Britney movement to begin with. A lot of them used this as entertainment. Okay? I understand that people watch YouTube videos for entertainment and to get informed, but at the same time, this is a real woman's life that we're dealing with here. People used this as entertainment. And as they were entertaining themselves, they never gave a damn about how Britney was feeling or how she was doing mentally. And for others, the only reason they were in this is because they wanted new music. They wanted a new video. They wanted a new song because they're diehard fans of Britney and they don't give a damn what she's going through mentally. They don't give a damn what she's going through at home. They just want her to go on stage and spin around in circles. That's why they get so excited every time she spins in circles on Instagram. They just want the entertainment. They are enjoying the spectacle of it all. And these people who were just stressing to you all that Britney was overworked, these people know damn good and well that Britney literally just said that she didn't want to work anymore. But they're going to ignore that. Why? Because now it does not fit into the narrative that they are trying to push. The narrative that they're trying to push now is that, hey, everyone, we freed Britney. They believe that they themselves freed Britney, and you ain't going to tell them anything otherwise. And if you say otherwise, if you show concern, they will squash you down and they will threaten to kill you and all types of weird stuff. If you were really concerned about Britney, you wouldn't be sending hate mail and death threats to people who also show concern about Britney. There is an extreme effort here to silence anyone that's still showing concern. And if you ask me, that looks like a conspiracy within itself. Why would people who went so hard to free Britney all of a sudden go so hard to silence anyone who's concerned about her to this day? But disappointingly enough, folks, at the end of the day, even though I proved that the Free Britney movement is nothing more than a walking, talking contradiction of itself, this little plan to release a new Britney song has worked. Just when people were starting to open up their eyes and starting to finally realize that there was something going on, now they, for some reason, believe that this little new song is proof that Britney's okay. Even though I laid out several reasons as to why, it should make you believe the exact opposite. But I am watching a lot of these Free Britney people trying to manipulate other fans into believing that this is such a huge deal. Not only does this mean that Britney's free, never mind all of the weird behavior on Instagram, never mind all the lies we're being told about her location and when the pictures are being taken. Don't worry about all of that. This new song means she's free. And seriously, folks, it's like watching seals at SeaWorld. Like, seals hop up on stage, something's wrong with Britney, and then the handler throws them a little fish. Here's a Britney song, and then they walk back into the water. Because that's all they wanted. All they wanted was someone to throw them a bone. They're consumers. They don't want to have to sit down and really think about this stuff every day. No. Throw them a Britney song and that's good enough for them. They don't care about whatever else goes on. They got a new Britney song. And it's absolutely hilarious watching people trying to manipulate other people into believing that this is a huge deal. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry, forgive me for this, but I have to be brutally honest. Britney Spears making a remake of a 50-year-old song with a 75-year-old man is not a huge comeback. If anything, that's what people do when their career is dying. When your career is dying, you start making remakes of 50-year-old songs and you start doing duets with old people. I'm not trying to be mean here. Shout out to all my old folks. I love older people. I like Elton John. But folks, let's be honest. This isn't the huge comeback that these people are manipulating you into thinking that it is. This is Britney Spears, literally, if you ask me, making a huge mistake for her career. Okay? Making remakes of old songs, that's what people do when they're washed up and over. Okay? Doing duets with 75-year-old men, that's not hip. That's not popping. That's not lit. That's not whatever the kids are saying these days. That's extremely out of touch with the current landscape of the music industry. Okay? And not only that, it's a very low effort, safe move, attaching Britney to an old song that everyone already loved. But like I said, folks, at this point, there's nothing you can do to convince these people otherwise. The most frustrating part for me is that I know some of these people know what they're doing is wrong. Like, some of these people know that there's something wrong with Britney. They know there's something wrong with what Britney's doing, but they ignore it on purpose because it benefits them more to yes, Queen Britney, because they want Britney's fan base. They want Free Britney movement. They want them all to flock to them. And then they use their voices to spew a bunch of BS and to mislead a bunch of people into believing that Britney's okay, even though anyone with common sense can see otherwise. But people will be manipulated. Some people will be mentally strong enough to realize they're being manipulated. There's nothing I can do but point out the facts. And what I did in this video is I pointed out and laid out facts for you all. Now, in response, if there's anyone out there that can lay out facts and proof to show that Britney's free, instead of leave Britney alone, Britney's going to do what she wants, then they could feel free to do so. But I haven't seen it at all. But I want to know your thoughts. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Surely some of you all will agree. Some of you all will disagree. But I will let you all know it hurts me to my heart to see that some of you all are being just blatantly manipulated. It really does disappoint me, but it is what it is. You can't save everybody. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you all on the next video. And until then, let's look forward to the smash hit of a 50-year-old song recorded with a 75-year-old man, because of course, this is the best thing to ever happen in the history of Earth.